The world feels predictable most days. You wake up, you head to work, you come home. But the concrete jungle, just like any wild environment, has its own predators and its own sudden storms. Urban riots are one of those storms. They can gather with frightening speed, turning familiar streets into dangerous, unpredictable territories. Many people think these events are rare, something that happens on the news in a faraway city. The reality is that social tensions can simmer anywhere and boil over without much warning. Believing it won't happen here is the first and most dangerous mistake a survivor can make. You must accept that your city, your neighborhood can become a high-risk zone. This isn't about fear, it's about respect for your environment and its potential hazards. Understanding this reality is the first step toward true preparedness. It's not about living in a constant state of anxiety, but about adopting a mindset of awareness. Just as you check the weather before a long hike, you need to learn to check the social and political climate of your city. The streets you walk every day have a rhythm, a pulse. When that rhythm changes, you need to be able to feel it. This isn't a special skill reserved for spies or soldiers. It's an ancient human instinct we've simply let go dormant in our comfortable modern lives. It's time to wake it up. Acknowledging the risk is what empowers you to take action, to prepare, and to protect yourself and your loved ones when others are caught completely off guard. The modern urban environment is incredibly complex. It's a web of infrastructure, technology, and millions of people, all interconnected. This complexity can be a strength, but it can also be a critical weakness. When one part of the system breaks down, like law and order during a riot, the ripple effects can be massive. Roads become blocked, communication lines get jammed, and emergency services are overwhelmed. Suddenly your normal routes and safety nets are gone. You are on your own. This is the moment where your knowledge and preparation become your most valuable assets. You must learn to see the city not just as a place of convenience, but as a landscape with its own unique challenges and opportunities for survival. So let's start with a simple mental shift. Look at your city with new eyes. See the alleyways not just as shortcuts, but as potential escape routes. Look at the tall buildings not just as offices, but as vantage points. See the crowds not just as a mass of people, but as a current you might have to navigate. This is the core of the survivor's mindset. It's about seeing the world for what it is, a place of incredible beauty and opportunity, but also one that demands respect and readiness. Your journey to becoming proficient in urban survival begins right now with the simple acknowledgement that you are responsible for your own safety. This mindset will be your compass in the chaos. Survival is about staying ahead of the game. The best way to survive a dangerous situation is to avoid it entirely. Long before a riot erupts, the ground begins to tremble. You just need to know where to listen. Your first and most powerful tool is your smartphone. Monitor social media for trending hashtags related to protests or social anger in your city. Pay attention to spikes in chatter on local forums or community groups. These digital whispers can often be the first sign of a gathering storm. Set up alerts for keywords like protest, riot, or the names of activist groups in your area. This isn't about snooping, it's about intelligence gathering. Information is your first line of defense, and in the digital age, it's more accessible than ever. Beyond the digital world, you need to use your own senses. Observe the physical environment on your daily commute. Have you noticed an unusual increase in police presence in certain areas? Are official vehicles staging in places they normally wouldn't, like school parking lots or public parks? This can be a sign that authorities are anticipating trouble. Look for new graffiti with political or angry messages appearing overnight. Notice if shops in a particular district have started boarding up their windows. These are tangible, real-world clues that something is brewing. Small changes in the urban landscape often precede big events. Learn to read these signs like a tracker reads animal prints in the wild. Pay close attention to the human element as well. Listen to conversations around you in coffee shops, on public transport. What is the general mood of the city? Is there a palpable tension in the air? Often, before a large-scale event, you'll hear more people discussing the source of the unrest. You might also see small, peaceful demonstrations beginning to form. While these are not riots, they can sometimes be the precursor to larger, more volatile gatherings. Knowing the location and time of planned protests allows you to plan your movements to avoid those areas entirely. Your goal is to be miles away before the first stone is thrown. Finally, understand the patterns of your city. Riots don't just happen in random locations. They often target specific symbolic areas: government buildings, central plazas, police headquarters, or major transportation hubs. Know where these potential flashpoints are in relation to your home, your workplace, and your children's schools. If you hear that tensions are rising, your first thought should be about these high-risk zones. Having this mental map allows you to proactively adjust your routes and your plans, keeping you and your family out of harm's way. This early warning system, combining digital intelligence with real-world observation, is your key to staying safe. Once you know trouble might be coming, you need a plan. Hope is not a strategy. You must mentally prepare your escape routes from key locations in your life. Start with your workplace. Don't just rely on the main entrance. Where are the service exits? Is there a loading dock? Can you get to the roof and cross to an adjacent building? Walk these routes. Don't just think about them. Feel the doorknobs, check if gates are locked, and see where the alleyways lead. You need to know, not guess, that a path is viable. Create a primary, secondary, and tertiary escape plan from your office. The primary route might be your car, but if the streets are blocked, your secondary plan might be a specific path on foot to a train station 2 miles away. Now apply this same thinking to your home. Your front door is the obvious exit, but what if it's blocked or watched? What about the back door, the ground floor windows, or the fence into a neighbor's yard? Again, you must physically explore these options. Can you easily climb that fence? Is the window painted shut? Knowing these details in advance saves you critical seconds when it matters most. Your escape plan shouldn't end at your property line. It needs to extend for several blocks. Your goal is to get out of the immediate hot zone. Identify a rally point a safe distance away, a friend's house, a quiet park, or a library, where your family can meet if you get separated. This process of mental mapping must become second nature. As you move through your city on a normal day, constantly be on the lookout for escape routes and safe havens. See that construction site? It's not just an eyesore, it's a place with scaffolding to climb, fences for cover, and materials you could use to create a distraction or barrier. That underground parking garage? It's a subterranean route that can get you past a blocked intersection. Think in 3 dimensions. Don't just think about streets. Think about moving through buildings, over rooftops, and under the ground. The city is a maze, and the more you understand its layout, the better you can navigate it under pressure. Finally, your map must include resources. Identify places along your escape routes where you could find water, shelter, or first aid. A 24-hour gym has water fountains and bathrooms. A fire station has paramedics. A hotel has multiple exits and lobbies where you can blend in for a moment to catch your breath and reevaluate your situation. Your mental map should be layered with information, escape paths, choke points to avoid, safe havens, and resource locations. This isn't about paranoia, it's about professional-level preparedness. When chaos erupts, people will freeze. You won't. You will have a plan, and you will move with purpose. If you are caught on foot in or near a riot, your primary objective is to become invisible. Your goal is not to confront, not to engage, but to disappear. The first step to achieving this is your appearance. You need to look unremarkable, to blend into the background noise of the crowd. This means wearing what I call gray man clothing. Choose neutral, dark colors like gray, black, or navy blue. Avoid bright colors, logos, or any clothing that affiliates you with a specific group. Whether it's a sports team or a political movement, you want to be utterly forgettable. A simple, nondescript jacket, dark trousers, and comfortable dark-colored running shoes are your best bet. This outfit doesn't draw the eye and allows for quick movement. Your movement is just as important as your clothing. Do not move against the main flow of the crowd. Trying to push your way upstream is like fighting a river. It exhausts you and makes you an immediate target. Instead, move with the crowd, but always be angling toward the edges. Let the momentum of the mass carry you, but use that momentum to slowly and deliberately work your way to the periphery, toward a building line, an alley, or a side street. Keep your head down but your eyes up, scanning your surroundings constantly. Avoid direct eye contact with anyone, especially aggressive individuals. You want to project an aura of someone who is meant to be there, but has no specific purpose. Props can be surprisingly effective tools for blending in. If you have a backpack, sling it over one shoulder casually, not strapped on tight like you're ready for a fight. If you can safely pick up a piece of discarded cardboard or a newspaper, carry it. This makes you look like part of the scenery, just another piece of the chaos. The key is to look like you belong. Confidence, even if you're faking it, is crucial. Walk with a steady, determined pace, not a frantic sprint. Panic is contagious and it also makes you stand out. By controlling your breathing and moving with intention, you signal to others that you are not a threat and not a victim. Finally, understand the psychology of the crowd itself. A mob has a mind of its own, but it's a simple mind. It's drawn to noise, to action, and to confrontation. Your job is to be the opposite of that. Be quiet, be calm, be boring. As the crowd surges toward a point of interest, a police line, a burning car, that is your opportunity. The collective attention is focused in one direction, creating a vacuum in the opposite direction. Use that moment of distraction to peel away from the edge of the crowd and slip down a side street or behind a line of cars. Invisibility isn't magic. It's the skillful application of psychology and observation. The urban environment is your toolbox. When you're trying to escape, every object can be a potential aid for cover or concealment. You must learn to see the city not as a collection of obstacles, but as a landscape rich with survival opportunities. Your immediate goal is to break the line of sight between you and the danger. The simplest way to do this is to put something big between you and the crowd. A large dumpster, a parked delivery truck, or a bus stop shelter can provide a momentary shield. This isn't a permanent solution, but it gives you a few precious seconds to breathe, assess your next move, and become unseen. Use these islands of cover to leapfrog your way to safety. Think about elevation changes. Dropping down into a sunken plaza, a pedestrian underpass, or even the ditch along a highway can instantly remove you from the main plane of action. People in a chaotic state rarely look down. They're focused on what's ahead of them at eye level. Similarly, going up can be just as effective. A fire escape, a low-hanging scaffold, or even the second floor of a parking garage can get you above the immediate turmoil. From a higher vantage point, you can see the flow of the crowd, identify safer routes, and avoid running into another pocket of danger. The city isn't flat. Use its verticality to your advantage. Construction sites are a goldmine for the urban survivor. They are often deserted after hours and are full of useful items. They offer pre-built cover in the form of stacked materials, unfinished walls, and heavy machinery. They're also typically fenced in, which can help slow down anyone who might be pursuing you. Be cautious of hazards like open pits or loose materials, but a construction site can be a fantastic temporary sanctuary. It's a place where you can break away from the main streets and navigate through a semi-structured obstacle course that's difficult for a large group to follow you into. It's a ready-made fortress if you know how to use it. Don't underestimate the power of concealment through entry. A hotel lobby, a 24-hour diner, or a large chain bookstore can be life-saving entry points. The key is to walk in calmly, not run in screaming. Act like a customer, go to the bathroom, buy a bottle of water, or simply find a quiet corner and pretend to look at your phone. These commercial spaces often have multiple exits, allowing you to enter on a dangerous street and exit onto a much calmer one. This simple act of passing through a building can be the most effective way to bypass a major choke point and leave the chaos behind you. The city provides the tools, you just need the creativity to use them. Your car is more than just a mode of transportation. It can be your armored escape pod. But, a standard vehicle is vulnerable. You need to prepare it before a crisis hits. First, keep your fuel tank at least half full at all times. You never know when you'll need to leave in a hurry and drive for a long distance without the option to refuel. Gas stations can become flashpoints for conflict or may simply be closed. In your trunk, keep a dedicated vehicle go bag. This should include essentials like a first aid kit, water, high-energy food, a fire extinguisher, a tire inflator, and a basic toolkit. These items turn your car from a simple transport into a self-sufficient survival platform. When you find yourself needing to drive through or near a volatile area, your driving technique must change. Your goal is to be a hard target, to move with purpose and make your vehicle seem like it's not worth the trouble. If you approach a crowd blocking the road, do not stop if you can avoid it. Stopping makes you a stationary target. Instead, slow down significantly and begin honking your horn repeatedly in a steady, rhythmic pattern. This creates an auditory bubble around you. People will instinctively move out of the way of a noisy, moving object. Creep forward at a slow, steady pace, no more than 5 miles per hour. Never rev your engine or lurch forward aggressively. This can be seen as a threat and incite an attack. If your vehicle is attacked, your instinct might be to stop or get out. Do not do this. Your car is your armor. The metal and glass can take a surprising amount of punishment. Stay inside, keep moving, and focus on your escape route. If your windshield is struck and shatters, it is designed to stay in one piece. You will still be able to see through it enough to navigate. If a window is broken, do not try to engage with the person who broke it. Your only priority is to get the vehicle and its occupants out of the danger zone. The safety of the people inside is paramount. The car is replaceable, your family is not. When navigating through a dense crowd, aim for the path of least resistance. Look for the gaps. People will naturally part around a slowly but persistently moving vehicle. If the way forward is completely blocked by a heavy object, look for an alternative. Can you drive over the curb and onto a sidewalk for a short distance? Can you turn into an alleyway or a parking lot to bypass the obstruction? Think creatively. Your car is more capable than you think, but remember, the most important rule is to never, ever intentionally drive into people. You are trying to escape, not to escalate the violence. Slow, steady, and persistent pressure is the key to safely moving a vehicle through a crowd. Escaping the immediate danger is a victory, but the mission isn't over. The period after the event is critical for your recovery and future safety. The very first thing to do once you are in a secure location is a physical self-check. Adrenaline can mask pain and injury. Carefully check yourself and every member of your group for cuts, bruises, sprains, or more serious wounds. Even a small cut can become infected if not cleaned and treated properly. Have a well-stocked first aid kit and know how to use it. Address any injuries immediately. If anyone is seriously hurt, your next priority is to seek professional medical help, but be aware that hospitals may be overwhelmed. Next, you need to manage your digital footprint. In the aftermath of a riot, you may have photos or videos on your phone. Be extremely cautious about what you do with this information. Do not post it on social media. This can make you a target for retribution from people you filmed or can draw unwanted attention from law enforcement. If you believe you have evidence of a crime, back it up to a secure cloud server or external drive and then consider deleting it from your phone. Your personal safety is more important than being a citizen journalist. Also, check your privacy settings on all social media accounts and consider deactivating them temporarily to reduce your visibility. Dealing with law enforcement can be a delicate process. If you are questioned, be calm and cooperative, but be aware of your rights. You are not obligated to provide your phone or camera for inspection without a warrant. Provide a factual, concise account of your actions, focusing on how you were trying to get to safety. Avoid offering opinions, speculating about the motives of others, or admitting to any actions that could be misinterpreted, such as breaking a fence to escape. The legal landscape after a major civil disturbance can be complicated. Your goal is to be seen as a civilian who was caught in a bad situation and did what was necessary to survive. Finally, and most importantly, address the emotional and psychological toll. Surviving a riot is a traumatic experience. It's normal to feel shaken, anxious, or scared for days or even weeks afterward. Talk about the experience with your family or trusted friends. Acknowledging the fear and stress is a sign of strength, not weakness. Re-establish routines as quickly as possible to restore a sense of normalcy, especially for children. If feelings of anxiety persist, do not hesitate to seek professional help. Taking care of your mental health is just as critical as dressing a physical wound. True survival means being healthy in body and mind. Preparation is about having the right tools before you need them. For urban unrest, you need a dedicated go bag or bug-out bag that is light, mobile, and packed with essentials for escaping a crisis. This bag should be kept in a place you can grab it instantly, like by your front door or in your car. The bag itself should be a nondescript backpack, preferably in a dark color. A flashy, tactical-looking bag can make you a target. The goal is to blend in, and your gear should reflect that. This bag isn't for a long-term wilderness expedition, it's for surviving the next 24 to 72 hours in a chaotic urban environment. Let's break down the essential contents. First, safety and first aid. A quality personal first aid kit, an IFAK, is non-negotiable. It should contain bandages, antiseptic wipes, gauze, medical tape, and any personal medications you need. Add a pair of sturdy work gloves to protect your hands from broken glass or rough surfaces. A dust mask like an N95 or P100 is crucial for protecting your lungs from smoke, tear gas, or other airborne particles. A pair of shatter-resistant safety glasses or goggles will shield your eyes from debris and chemical irritants. These simple items can prevent debilitating injuries. Next, focus on navigation and communication. While your phone is useful, you cannot rely on it. The network could be down or the battery could die. Carry a portable power bank to keep your phone charged. But more importantly, have a physical map of your city. Mark your pre-planned escape routes, safe houses, and resource points on it. A small, reliable compass can help you orient the map if you lose your bearings. A backup communication device, like a simple prepaid burner phone, can be a lifesaver if your primary phone is lost, broken, or compromised. Finally, include some multi-purpose survival items. A good multi-tool or a sturdy knife is invaluable for countless tasks. A small, powerful LED flashlight is essential for navigating dark alleys or buildings without power. Pack a water bottle and a water filter or purification tablets. Clean drinking water will be a top priority. High-energy, non-perishable food like protein bars or trail mix will keep your energy levels up without weighing you down. And lastly, carry a small amount of cash in various denominations. When electronic payment systems fail, cash is king. This well-thought-out bag is your lifeline when things go sideways. In a survival situation, your greatest asset is often the people around you. Lone wolf survival is a myth. Humans are tribal creatures, and we are stronger together. Your first responsibility is to your immediate family. Before any crisis, you must have a clear, simple plan that even your children can understand. Establish a primary rally point near your home, like a specific tree in a park, and a secondary rally point further away, such as a library or a relative's house. Drill this plan. Make it a game. This ensures that if you get separated, everyone knows where to go. For children, teach them the importance of staying quiet and holding hands, and give them a small whistle to wear around their neck, to be used only in a true emergency to signal their location to you. When escaping as a group, you must move as a single unit. The best formation is a protective bubble around the most vulnerable members, the young, the elderly, or the injured. Place them in the center of the group. The more able-bodied adults should position themselves at the front, back, and sides. The person at the front is the navigator, scanning for the route. The people on the flanks watch for threats from the sides. The person at the rear ensures no one is left behind and watches your back. Communication is key. Use simple hand signals or quiet coded words to avoid shouting and drawing attention. Your group's survival depends on teamwork and discipline. Extending this principle to your neighbors can be a powerful strategy. You don't have to be best friends with everyone on your block, but having a basic communication network can be a game changer. A simple group text chat or a neighborhood watch program can be used to share observations and warnings. In a crisis, you may need to rely on each other. Does one neighbor have medical training? Does another have a generator? Knowing these things beforehand allows you to pool resources and skills. Helping an elderly neighbor evacuate or sharing information with the family next door builds a stronger, more resilient community that can weather the storm together. Ultimately, the spirit of survival is not just about saving yourself, it's about preserving humanity. It's about helping others when you can and building a network of trust. After you have escaped and are safe, check on your people. Call your friends, family, and neighbors. Share information about safe areas or road closures. The knowledge you've gained about urban survival is not meant to be a secret. Share it, teach it to your family, discuss it with your friends. A prepared community is a safe community. By empowering those around you with knowledge and a plan, you multiply your own chances of survival and help ensure that when the concrete jungle roars, you and your tribe will be ready to face it together.